What do you call this? Sprinkle cake? School cake? Sheet cake? Birthday cake? I call it school cake. But today it's called I'm going to see June 2 with my twins, and I don't want to spend £11 billion on popcorn, so I've made a cake. Dry ingredients first. 400 grams of self-raising flour, sifted. 400 grams of caster sugar. A teaspoon of baking powder. Mix all of these dry ingredients together well. To the dry ingredients, add 400 grams of melted salted butter, along with 8 eggs whisked. Slowly combine the dry ingredients with the wet. Don't overmix. You want a very runny batter, but one where all of the flour has been incorporated. Now, I don't know why, but this cake screams the start of spring to me. So we're going to add flavour to the sponge, and the flavour is going to be lemon. I'm going to add the zest of 3 lemons to the batter. And combine the zest well. For these ingredients and to bake this cake, I'm using a tray that's about 12 by 16 inches. I've greased and lined it. Pour your batter into the tray. Flatten it out, making sure you get right to the edges. I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees C, and this is going in. I baked this for 25 minutes until a skewer came out clean. We now need the cake to cool completely. This happens a lot faster when it's out of the tray. The cake has cooled, and I'm just trimming the very, very thin edge of the cake off. I also levelled off the top very slightly. You don't have to do this at all. It's me being pedantic possibly, but I just find that the icing sits better on the cake if I level off the top. It's nice and cool, so it's time to add the icing. I'm using liquid fondant icing. I prefer the look and the texture to this icing. I think it's glossier and it's just a bit fancier. I'm sifting 500 grams of fondant icing into a bowl. I'm then going to juice one of the lemons that I zested earlier and add the juice to the sugar. In it goes. Start to stir that together. And then continue to add small amounts of cold water. Don't add too much water because you can't take it out. You can always put it in. This is the consistency we want. It's nice and thick. Starting in the centre of the cake, start to spread the icing over the top. When I start to ice the cake, I usually go in with a metal palette knife like this. It drags a little less on the icing. Smooth it out to the edge. Work fairly quickly, but don't rush it. And then before the icing begins to set, we go in with the sprinkles. Can never have too many. I used a whole pot. Once the icing has set, it's time to cut it. This is the lightest sponge recipe. It's absolutely beautiful. And the topping's not bad either. 3 tips to make my school cake. Don't overmix the batter. Make the icing thicker than you think. And go crazy with the sprinkles. You want as many as possible. So we may take a slice or 2 of this to the movies, or we may get some popcorn, but whatever. We've got some gorgeous school sprinkle birthday cake ready for us to eat all weekend. This is the prettiest cake.